Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another behind-the-scenes episode, behind the screens, Dungeons and Dragons, where we talk about both our campaign and D&D in general, and anything else.
Whatever the hell else we feel.
Exactly. Yes. I'm
Yeah.
joined by Trelawney.
Hello, bud.
And Andy Pants.
Hi.
And Sam.
Hello.
I'm Dave. I'm the DM. Hello.
Hi, Dave.
In case you didn't know that. If you don't know that, then maybe this isn't the stream for you. Behind the scenes of something you're completely unaware of.
Or maybe you're about to learn something new. Who knows? Maybe
Maybe.
stick around. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like there might have been something that I got into because I saw behind the scenes of it, and then I wanted to see the actual thing.
Yeah, I feel like
I
I've seen
can't think
one
of
or two
anything
of
specific.
those.
The first of the D&D episodes I watched was actually the first Q&A stream, so...
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, okay, sure.
Maybe there's more people like Andy Pants who are
Yeah.
getting in touch through this.
I've just been spooked by Lady Mephistopheles saying in chat, I spy a wild Joey. I hope not, because he's not in the room. So I don't know what you saw, or I'm mistaken, and he is in the room and I didn't realise. But
Ghost
as
cat.
far as I know, he's...
Ghost cat.
That's alarming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey's learned astral projection.
No. Well, actually, no. Maybe that would be good. Maybe he can just leave the room without me having to open the door for him.
Oh, true.
You just go through the walls.
That would be great.
Just keep an eye out for silver threads like, around the place.
That's a reference I don't get.
Oh, it's from the astral projection spell in D&D.
Oh.
You have a silver thread
Ah,
following.
Nice dropping it back on topic.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thematic.
Mm.
Oh,
Excellent.
amazing.
Well, does anyone have any D&D related life updates? I don't know, stories or whatever going on?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Go for it.
yeah, I'm in like a few campaigns at the moment, and one of the ones that I'm in is from my one from my uni friends, and I'm playing a Circle of Spores, Dampier, what was the anyway? Circle of Spores, Dampier Druid, and he's basically allowed me, so it's really cool. So he's home ruled with the third level spell, I think, Plant Growth, where he's allowing me to basically spread the spores of my mushroom. So this character basically was a regular druid, died on their coming of age expedition, was infected by a mushroom and reanimated by the mushroom. So hence the Dampier.
Okay.
And they hunger for like tree bark and stuff.
Is this based on some terrifying real world fungus, like the one that The Last of Us is based on?
Well, cordyceps.
Yeah, Ophiocordyceps. Yeah. It was an interesting idea for one, but and so like he's reanimated by that, and like he goes around spreading his spores, and his ultimate goal basically is to start a mushroom cult. Surprise, surprise.
Cool.
And so all the major locations we go, he's allowed me with plant growth to say I'm like setting up like a fairy ring, so that later when I get access to transport via plants, So transport via plants is a 6th level druid spell that let you. I think it's meant for trees because it says like it's got to be like a large plant.
Yeah, it's gonna be big enough.
But he's
I suppose it could work with
exactly.
a bush or a hedge.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, but he's home ruled that the mycelium. If I spend time casting plant growth, even though fungus technically not a plant.
Like the new Star Trek series where they go through
I haven't seen it.
mushrooms. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Sounds like I should see it.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, so basically a casting of plant growth will accelerate the growth of the mycelium to be a 10-foot radius or 10-foot diameter fairy ring. But then once I get access to transport via plants, those locations can be the spots for the transporting. So me and the party can fast travel through fairy rings around the place. So
That's very cool.
that's a very cool thing that we haven't quite got to level. I haven't unlocked 6th level spellcasting yet, but I greenlit this with the DM in session 0, and they thought it was a great idea. So we're level 8-ish now, so we should get it in the next few levels.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, that's a really big D&D thing I've done recently, aside from like building some wacky stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing Cult of the Lamb a couple of times recently, One of the things you can do is grow mushrooms to then feed all of your followers, and then they just wander around glassy-eyed, thinking you're amazing. It's great.
Cindy told me. I popped in very, very briefly.
I think I avoided the mushroom cult option. Actually, no, I think I have that ritual, but I've not used it because I'm not trying to be nasty and brainwash my cult.
That's fair.
They're friends.
That's fair.
I mean,
not food.
Sure, yeah, I'm definitely not sacrificing them for my own ends and then bringing them back from the other side in a horrifying ritual.
Definitely not.
My wife walked in while the stream was on, and I think the first thing she asked me was, "Oh, have you gotten to the part where the cult leader has you all eat mushrooms and trip balls yet?"
Nice.
Great.
Amazing.
Well then, if we might as well go ahead and jump into our recap. We'll look at the last episode briefly, just in case anyone wants to catch up or missed anything, and then we'll go back to where we left off last time, which was like episode 4, looking back at the old things.
Yes.
So previously on Dungeons and Dragons, you all went to the big scary castle.
Yes.
You found your way out of the forest to the castle. You were attacked by shambling apes and tentacle birds.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
And there was a centipede cow.
Oh yeah.
And you won. Did anyone do anything
Centipede.
particularly amazing?
I wielded a tree as a two-handed weapon.
You did.
There was
That was probably the highlight.
Yeah.
You just threw it straight up in the air and then came back down again.
Flattened an ape or two. I love the art that Lucy did, by the way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so it's so good. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get Lucy's done a couple new artworks. I'll get them in the pre-roll for the stream.
Yeah.
Very busily working on those this last week.
Nice. Someone got taken up into the air by
Old Baracus, wasn't it? He got dropped.
Brachus, dropped.
Yeah.
Magpie managed to catch him with Featherfall.
Yeah.
Ogbo got swallowed several times by the shambling mounds, I think.
Yeah, but didn't seem to mind too much.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of stuck in there, but still doing damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was good. It was really fun. I'm really enjoying playing like a really super strength-heavy character. Because it's unusual. Like strength usually, I mean, if you're going optimization-wise, which I try not to, but it's worth having in mind, I think. Strength isn't like a very useful stat in comparison to a lot of other physical stats. Like dexterity contributes to your AC. Constitution is like really useful for like obviously if you're a caster for saving throws and for like health.
I guess in combat it's kind of your athletics for jumping, climbing, but a lot of the time you can use acrobatics for that. And then it's like grapple checks, and that's probably most likely where you're using strength outside of strength attacks in combat.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's been really fun to like play around with like what other options are there for like strength stuff. So like having powerful build and the aspect of the beast where my carry weight gets doubled twice has been really fun because it lets me like open up sort of like superhuman feats of strength, like almost Herculean, you know, just like, and it's really fun to play around with and to like, I'm really enjoying trying to make use of the environment as well. So like not being afraid to just throw my weapon and lose it for a bit while I go pick something else up, and that is my weapon now. Like it's.
Don't you have like a big rack of javelins and stuff?
I do, yeah. I think I have like 2 bags of javelins. I think.
Right.
Because I'm so huge, I can carry 2. I think. It was really So yeah, I can huck some javelins. I've been really tempted to huck my great axe at one point. I was so tempted to just throw the great axe. Sure. But that thing's really heavy. I only be able. I think it's only me can pick it up. I don't think anyone else. It might exceed other people's carry weights like entirely. I think.
wonder
Yeah, I
how it
forget what we
compares,
said
actually,
about it. I think I don't think it's a size thing. It's a strength thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're still only a medium
Creature
size, but
Yeah.
but there's a strength
But because of
component to it.
and powerful build, because powerful build treats my
Yeah.
carry weight as being a size larger,
Oh
and then
yeah,
aspect of
true.
the
So
beast
maybe
doubles that
maybe it
again.
is only a large creature or someone with powerful
Yeah.
build who can wield it.
Yeah, because it weighs 325 pounds, I think, or 315 pounds, and that's like a third of my carry weight.
Yeah.
Total. The kind of stuff I can just pick up just without a check, just for free. So it's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been fun.
I've got that one-handed great scimitar that I stole off the
Yeah.
captain. Well, took, relieved him of after he died.
Yeah, that's a similar, maybe not quite as big as the axe, but similar
Yeah.
kind of sized weapon.
I'm just wondering whether at some point I should be like, hey, do you want this? Because I'm definitely not a melee character. And I don't know, something else you can throw. Here you go, big man.
Yeah. You just carry around your massive warhammer to just
Yeah.
like put it on the ground and lean on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
you
it's
have
really,
it.
it's a prop. It's an
It's about
accessory.
making a statement. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very-
exactly.
yeah.
And then as
Yeah.
soon as the fight breaks out, I step to the back and start just casting spells.
Yeah, nice.
You want like
Yeah.
a warhammer that folds out into like a little table, and then you lay out all of your casting components.
Just clack, and it like pops out into a seat.
Yeah, and then you just sit down and go pew pew
It's-
pew.
It's one of those things you like those little kind of fold out seats that like people have at like air shows and stuff. It's just a stick with a little like almost like an inverted tripod. It's just like a stick with three little bits at the top and a bit of canvas, and you just pop, and you perch on one stick. But it's just one of those. That's what I need.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was just mostly just a fight leading into getting into the castle, and we'll see next time
Big scary castle.
what happens. Yeah. Any predictions from anybody? What you think you're going to find in the castle?
Vampire larpers in a flagrant rip-off of Acquisitions Incorporated.
I was thinking vampire. Yeah, I was thinking vampire, or maybe like some kind of monstrosity or an abomination. So like, I don't want to say the B word, beholder, but yeah, I feel like because like the bovipede was pretty weird, like that was like, you know, and I'm reasonably sure those aren't naturally occurring ? But so yeah, I feel like that's something that was made, and I don't know what could have made that. So unless a beholder just dreamed it into existence or something, I have no idea. So
Yeah, maybe.
I've no clue. Yeah, but it's got big spooky lair type vibes, especially with like. Do you say the vegetation was kind of like slightly withered around it as well? Was that a
No, I
detail
don't
I'm
think so. I think it
remembering?
was just there's slightly less trees.
Okay,
closer to it.
sure. So the vegetation's just thinner. Yeah, sure.
But yeah,
okay.
you were told by I think the fairies that it one day it was just there.
Sure.
No one seemed to build it. It just appeared.
Appeared. Sure. Yeah, that doesn't bode well. Maybe it's a spooky wizard. Maybe it's a Mordekainen's what's it called? The fort that you can just like
Oh,
drop
yeah.
once you're high enough
Portable-
spell.
Portable fort, portable port.
Portable Portress, something like that. Yeah.
Just a completely abandoned shopping mall.
Yeah, zombies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie type.
Nice. Well, we'll see.
Yes,
He's
because we
coming.
will.
Dave's like, oh yeah, these are good ideas. Actually, thanks for helping me write this.
I'm not
great.
above taking things that you guys have and
Oh no, have I
Working
just
in.
doomed us all with a beholder? Oh no.
You know, that would be really good, actually. Yeah, that's much better than just some little guy. He's just a man. Just I.
Am I the real beholder here? Did I just dream the beholder into existence? Like,
Damn it!
Beholder is
No.
in the eye of the player.
The player is in the mouth of the beholder.
True. That's how it usually goes.
Stay puffed marshmallow guy.
Choose the form of the destroyer. Nice. Well, yeah, that was more recently, but looking back, last time we discussed character creation and up to episode 3, and at the end of that, you had discovered the spooky house with the clock, and underneath the lair of the penumbra.
Oh yeah.
Who you just kind of start having a conversation with. I'm checking the wiki to see exactly
Yep,
where it
nice.
was.
Yeah. Standard procedure. Yeah.
Oh no, it was all in episode 3. They met the penumbra and Macaria. She gives them the map and tells them to get all of the stuff from the cool dungeon. And then, oh yeah, you also hear that the Baylor Butcher has struck again. Whilst out in the pub. Yeah, you get some background from Father Bucket, who obviously was in the city for a bit longer. You talk to the captain's clerk again. Oh yeah, and is this when you learn Captain Olo's been missing? Yes.
I think so.
Last
Yeah,
seen
I think so.
leaving on the south gate.
It was a long walk for that full name, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Captain Hans
Yeah.
Olo.
Yeah, that one. I could not believe it when the guy turned up and he was just like, "Oh, Hans." It clicked in my head, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
That
It
will
was
not
like-
be the last pop
I'm
culture
sure,
reference
yeah.
I slip past you, and then maybe reveal, maybe don't, maybe just chuckle about it to myself.
Are there any others current? I mean, you can't really say, but are there any others
No,
currently in
true.
play? Just sitting out there that we've just walked right by. Like, no, I don't know what. No,
I will never tell
no,
until maybe the end of the campaign.
yeah.
Sure.
Then we'll
And in
reveal all
episode
of the
2,
secrets. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm part of this recap is I'm giving you secrets that don't really affect the ongoing story.
yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, you
You heard it
journey
here first,
out.
folks. Absolutely nothing of substance in these.
Yeah. You camp at the foot of the mountains. This is where Stone meets Pebble, the
Good
dog.
grief!
Yeah.
Pebble.
I thought we were way more into things than that.
No,
yeah.
yeah, we got the photo. Well, not the photo.
The
It's a
photo.
Graphic
Yeah,
artist.
this photo.
As close as we can get to a photo.
Yeah, there you go. Pebble and Stone. Yeah, he follows you around for a good amount of time until I forget when. I guess it'll say
Yeah,
somewhere
forget
on the wiki.
Magpie
sure-
scares him off, right?
Oh, maybe. That wouldn't surprise me.
She turns into a dragon.
Oh yeah, she does.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, you find
Pebble.
next day you find that entrance to the dungeon. Yeah, you look around. Let's see if I can get the map on here somewhere. This was a tabletop sim one. There it is. Kind of looking around this.
Oh, me with my incredibly long hair. Great.
Yeah, there was like random skeletons and things in it. I think there was a Minotaur skeleton, if I remember
Potentially.
correctly, which had kind of similar combat abilities to a Minotaur, but was about as weak as a regular skeleton.
Sure.
Father Bucket takes bone dust. Douglas finishes off the final skeleton, chooses a bone to take back as a present for Pebble.
Oh, nice.
It's a good bit of
Oh.
detail.
Yeah. Nice little. Yeah, just flash out, even though Pebble ran away.
You gotta try.
But, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there is one thing you passed up here. It talks about here a sconce with a candlestick and melted wax, but no candle. So
Okay.
that was just like a hidden door. You had like candles and things on you. You could have pulled out and lit, and you would have seen a chamber with a chest on the other side, where you could have, got some loot. But it was also trapped with like a large amount of fire, and it was
Yeah,
even
sounds
coded on Tabletop Simulator that if you move your piece into that zone, you can set up zones on Tabletop Sim, then fire just
wow.
suddenly started pumping on your character. But no one
Great.
found it,
That's
so
Nice.
it didn't.
Wow.
Too bad.
All that work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get to the big chamber with the large chasm and steps with a puzzle in Celestial.
Took us far too long to try and figure out.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I went back so many times to make sure I had the wording of that right to put it on the wiki, and I still did not figure it out.
I was like, well, for me, I was like, oh my god, I was like, I was like really into cryptography, like
Yeah.
around that time. I was like, how am I not getting this? I was like having like an existential crisis. I was like, is Dave like just so gigabrain that he's like made his own like mega cipher that I just can't that I'm just not spotting here.
No, it's one of
And
those
it was
ones
just
that's it's probably a lot easier looking at it rather than hearing it out loud.
Oh, yeah.
And then you obviously
Probably,
you
yeah.
just kind of made it over anyway. Xander's using like spider climb, and then
I think we solved. No, it's Lucy and I solved it off
it was this
stream. I think
yeah.
this
like
went
between
over to the
streams.
next
I was like,
episode.
yeah, I was like, oh wait, no, okay, because we wrote it down. I just looked at it like, oh, okay, that's what it is. Well, okay, well, we figured it out, but we can't do anything about this now until on the next. And
Yeah.
just
So anyone who
didn't want to just start the stream off with, hey, we've got it. So yeah.
anyone who doesn't get it, it's basically this: every being who deigns to conquer falls, other than the gods themselves. Step on whatever reaching for the dawn, break not yourself in striving. And basically the first word of each line is every other step break, which basically every other plank just broke when you stepped on it, so you had to hop over it.
It was so easy to overthink.
Yeah.
And like I think that's what got me. It was-
And yeah, we tried every other method to get past it, like spider climbing, and sort of flying and stuff. And nope. You have to solve this puzzle.
Yeah. And this was I think this was a classic fake out cliffhanger where Xander gets to the other side, sees a shadowy creature holding a bow, and then we ended. And then I think the next episode starts with it just showing it's a skeleton that's been propped up. You don't have to fight anything.
Nice. This was where I found the crystal, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, you then get into the main chamber. I'll see if I can get the tabletop sim of that, and you find a large gelatinous cube.
Janus Cube.
Was there just one? There was maybe two. I really
I
like
thought there were
this mini I found in tabletop sim, because you could. It was just a nice looking cube, but then you could easily put another person inside the whole thing and just carry
It's
them
really
around.
good. It's really cool.
So yeah, you fought gelatinous cubes. Just like they're fun because every time they take a hit, you say, you cut out a big section and it slides off, wobbles on the floor, satisfying like jelly. Magpie uses Wand of Wonder but stuns herself. Great.
Nice.
Good,
Yeah.
Xander was in the cube, gets rescued, hides in Eldritch Blasts. Anything else fun happened? You want to start just looking around? Not sure why.
Yeah, mid-combat, I think. What's it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It might have been
Yeah.
she didn't have any magical weapons and therefore
Oh, maybe.
couldn't really do damage. So I think she was rescuing people from it and then just moving away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Magpie uses
Yeah.
the Wand of Wonder again and blinds herself.
Outstanding.
But still manages to kill it with a hand crossbow whilst blind.
Nice. Damn.
And then yeah, there's a whole just setup of books and magical things. You find the pillar with the crystal on it, and a pile of ash at the foot of the pillar,
Yeah.
which is that's the Arcanist
implications.
Fiddlefen.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
may or may
It's
not
left
be
again.
something that happens if you don't use the crystal correctly that
Mhm.
could result in you being incinerated. So I guess we'll see
Yeah.
if that happens to Douglas. Yeah, I'll make a few
he will
rolls
absolutely.
off screen.
He'll absolutely still be doing that.
Mhm.
He'll still be using the crystal in his while he's back in the fourth, 100%. So who knows? Maybe Douglas will just get fried into his armor, and maybe it fixes the crystal into the armor somehow, and maybe I should rebuild Douglas as a warforged with the crystal of Fiddlefen mounted in the helmet.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding out. Skeleton in the armor, and none of us know. Just
Yeah.
if the crystal can do that, I will be happy.
I don't think I ever took off my armor except to show to the head Arcanist.
Yeah, no one else knows you're missing an arm.
Yeah, which is pretty wild. I was I expected that to come out a lot sooner. I thought something was going to happen where I'd be I'd have to swim and the armor's going to be too heavy, and so I'd maybe have to temporarily ditch the armor or something, or maybe, do you know what I mean? I was thinking that maybe something like that would come up, but
Yeah, there was a few scenarios, like anti-magic fields and that sort of thing.
yeah, for sure.
No, I never got around to anything like that.
Yeah, it was really cool though. It was fun playing around with Douglas. I've actually got another artificer in the works, believe it or not, that I've been building, but he's an artillerist this time.
Okay.
So I've got a few different artillerists actually. I got two different ones that I want to try. One is a goblin called Riggs. First name Jerry, last name Riggs. And
Good.
Excellent.
and the other one is he's got 2 level. No, I think I might just make him a full artillerist. I was considering making him 2 levels in Genie Warlock for a portable workshop.
Okay.
Because the Genie Warlock gives you a little object that you can disappear into. That's a 20-foot radius cylinder,
Right. Yeah.
and you can do it once per day. And so I was for a number of hours equal to a proficiency bonus, I think. So it was. I was thinking about maybe having this tinkerer who has a portable workshop on his belt, and he just disappears into it, to work on his things.
Yeah. Well,
But,
I think you can find magical items that do similar stuff.
Well, that's what I was thinking, right? I was thinking well, is it worth the 2-level dip? The invocations are nice, but also it's really interesting. If I don't do that, I can actually take. If I have an all-purpose tool, I can take Eldritch Blast and use my arcane firearm for it. So
A
each
gun that
beam,
fires Eldritch Blast.
exactly, yeah. So it does an additional 1d8 damage on top of the d10 it would normally do per beam. So
bad.
it's a pretty nice damage increase.
Yeah.
You don't get Agonizing Blast, sadly,
Yeah.
because the
Would it go up
all-purpose tool,
to multiple shots with the high levels as well?
Yes, I think it would. So you get per beam, you get the extra damage, which is pretty wild. Yeah, I think it's specifically whenever you deal damage, you deal an extra d8 of that damage type. I think. And so,
Pretty good.
because Eldritch Blast is another beam,
Yeah.
you know, you're dealing 3 separate instances of damage, or 2, or whatever level you are. So, yeah. So it's a cool concept that I've been tinkering with. I just like Intcasters. I've been making a wizard too, but I'll leave that for when we get back. Yeah, when I'm sure we'll get
Wizards
around
are
to
good.
that. It's so fun. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you're in the looking through all of the Arcanist stuff. I'm trying to find. I think I've still got a list somewhere of what you picked up. I might have. It was in a tab in my spreadsheet. I might have deleted it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was somewhere else. But yeah, there was a whole load of stuff you pick up. Oh, here we go. It's in a Word doc. But there was plenty of cool stuff. Some of it you tried to keep from Makaria. Some of it you just turned over, and she let you keep some things. Oh, this is where you get the portable hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
Some spell
such
scrolls.
a good item.
Moon Touch Greatsword. Did anyone ever use that?
Wait,
I
what?
think so.
There was a Moon
I
Touch
think
Greatsword
Makari
and a...
kept that one.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't keep that.
No, I think that went to Makaria. The
Yeah.
Shield of Expression, I think Yulna had for the rest of
Yeah.
the time.
Sounds right.
Potions. Potion of Gaseous Form. If you kept
Oh,
that,
yeah, that got used, didn't it?
Did it?
No,
Oh yeah, Yulna used it in the
You
dragon
only
fight.
used
yeah,
Yeah.
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 She
Peace
didn't want
out.
to go in the water.
Yeah.
Hat of Disguise, Cloak of Many Fashions. I think Magpie still wears that. And a Ring of Feather Falling. A whole bunch of books.
Yeah.
Including The Priestesses Without Shame, the second T.S. Ballsworth novel.
Yeah.
Which someone was specifically looking for in the bookshelves, so I made something up.
Yeah.
I think
I think-
Xander had the cloak.
Yeah, it was Douglas
it?
and Xander that were the patrician taste Ballsworth enjoyers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was rather good.
Oh yeah, Parola says Xander got the cloak.
Yeah, nice.
And then, yeah, you found the diary of the High Arcanist who's complaining about the Tholtash Tower, saying they don't take my work seriously, complaining about Vanek, talking about Journey's constructions of his masterpiece, push the boundaries of this pitiful world and break the bonds that suffer me to remain on this plane. He's a wild guy.
Yeah, he sounds it. Yeah.
Right.
And then you spend half an hour trying to get the crystal from the pedestal.
Well, Richard O'Brien stands at the door, and you got 20 minutes. Why did we set this game so long? Mumsy, please.
And then you camp in the Arcanist lair, and there was a lot. I remember there was a lot of talk about worrying what would happen. Like you thought there'd be a band of the Penumbra waiting to murder you as soon as you came outside, and just generally being suspicious. So I think you were quite cautious.
Yeah, more fool us for being suspicious of the secret crime enterprise that seems to run this entire city.
Yeah, the secret crime enterprise that seems to dwell under the sewers and are powerful enough to know our every move. And, it's like, I feel like there was a reasonable degree of suspicion.
Yeah, we're the fools for not being reckless.
Oh yeah, and the clockwork amulet you found, which there was also more for purchase in Madmouth, but it's like I forget exactly what it's called, but it's just a kind of a luck roll. So anytime, I think once per day you can re-roll any of your dice for attacks or ability checks and just take a new roll.
It's pretty cool.
but Makaria took it, so you never had a chance with it.
Mm-hmm.
And whose fault is that?
Yeah, you carry on. Hang on, they take. Oh yeah, there's a zip line, which bypasses the rest of the dungeon on the way out, just for fun, in a classic
nice.
game design dungeon level.
100%.
Yeah,
get
the
the
exit
shortcut.
right next to the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pebble's gone, but is just kind of following you at a distance. Other Bucket summons Sax Panther, possibly for the first time.
Yeah.
This is the first iteration of the mist that appears at night, rolls over your tiny hut, but kills Sax Panther.
Kills the
Yeah.
freshly summoned horse.
A noble sacrifice.
Yeah. You go back to the Penumbra's warehouse. Karia takes some of the things. Milton, who had the first T.S. Ballsworth, gets a historical book and not the other T.S. Ballsworth book.
Mm-hmm.
Kara's happy. She takes the things. And then... Yeah, she's now looking for the captain. Captain Olo. So yeah, that entire episode was looking at the things you got and then just going back to Makaria and showing her the things you got. Kind of like a shopping episode, but just...
Yeah.
Divvying up the loot episode.
Yeah.
I mean, in video games, it's still like you complete a dungeon, then you go through like, okay, now I have to sort through all the crap that I just picked up. Which of it like this? It's a higher level, but it's got lower numbers, but it's got more modified. Is this on average? I don't know if this is better. Stick that on.
Yeah.
And this is obviously trash. I just dropped that one. This one is a bit of gold value. I'll keep and sell.
Just
and
look for
can take
the
hours.
green triangles.
Yeah, but that's the
away.
thing where it's like my current sword is level 36 and this is level 38, but the damage is lower, but it does +2 lightning. I don't know. I don't know how
break
good
out
is
a
that.
spreadsheet to compare.
Yeah,
everything.
like
100%.
is this better? I know. Just I need someone to lean in and go, nah, it's rubbish.
Or you
And,
throw away the boots for some better boots, and then you realise the boots were giving you +50 carry weight, and now you can't move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's the worst.
Or if it's like Diablo and it's like, oh, I'm really loving using this skill, and it turns out that skill you've been using it because you've got like a chess piece that has 2 points in that skill. So like, oh no, I can't do that. No, my entire combo.
Yeah.
No, everything falls apart.
Oh, it's like Divinity, because some items of clothing give you like +1, like aerothurgy or whatever they call it.
Oh, there's like.
And
there's like teleport gauntlets that you get early on, which are so useful that you will use
the
them
crocodile
for, like,
ones.
Yeah, you use them for like half the game. Like, they give you like 2 armor and nothing else, but they make you teleport, and it's like, here are some +35 armor, and they do all these status resistances, and they make people say, ooh, you're very cool when you walk through it. And, yeah, but they don't teleport me, so no.
My cat's over there now.
Yeah.
It's when you've got all of your spells perfectly, like, I can do this spell because I've got +1 Geomancer from this item.
That, yes, yeah.
And then you have to, when you swap, you have to balance it all around again, take different spells.
Yeah. So anyway, when we're doing Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, mama, no, that would be a good one.
I'm down for a campaign of that.
Oh, 100%.
Maybe.
Yeah. Cindy and I were playing Divinity a while ago, and we installed a mod that gives you like a bajillion memory points.
Oh wow!
So you can just fill up like
any spell.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
You just fill up with as many spells as you want. And I was big wizard, and I had all the different kinds of spells, and it was amazing. So many elemental spells. It was great. I ran out of space on my hotbar, all of them.
All your hotbars were.
Yeah.
I need a second mod to increase the size of the hotbar.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
get more spells on here. Great.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good fun.
Amazing.
So yeah, next episode you head out. You go to the Silver Sector. Is this when it was looking for fancy clothes? It's when does Magpie commission her like red coat?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This does look from the outline does look like a shopping episode for the most part.
Oh, I think that was when Douglas was. Did Douglas try and find like a jeweler who could teach him like jewelry?
That was just
stuff?
before you found
Jewelomancy.
the penumbra.
Oh, just before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you had the bear hide, you were finding somewhere
Yes.
to sell it.
Oh,
to
you're
town.
right. Yeah, sure.
And he also pointed you at a
Yeah.
jeweler.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was back when one of Douglas's goals. I guess it still is, but far less now that he's moved on to bigger and better things. But to just expand his like artisanships to as many as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But yeah,
No, it was cool.
you go to a fancier tavern just for fun.
Yeah.
Someone tells you that Captain Ono was seen climbing towards the Alabaster Cliffs.
Mm.
And then, you give up money from the portable hole. Stone goes to an armorer. Magpie goes to a spa. Douglas finds a jeweler. Yuna goes to a blacksmith and commissions the boomerang dagger.
Yeah.
And then you go to the magic shop, which is expensive. I don't think anybody buys anything.
Yeah, was that where I got the like the plate mail or something, which gave me
I
plus one
think so.
AC or something. Like, it put my AC up by 1.
I think this was the first time you were kind of upgrading basic stuff
Yeah.
from your starting items.
Yeah.
Xander upgrades his armor as well. Magpie orders new shirt, coat, and hat from a tailor.
Mhm.
We find out about the gnome cartographer.
Yeah.
Don't know where he is. And then you're on your way again. And then you're attacked by, I forget what they're called. Antlered gorilla-like creature. They're really scary looking. I think you managed to just hide in the tiny hut. But they had like
Maybe.
telepathy, so they were like shouting at you
Oh,
through it.
spooky.
They were scary things. I had good minis for them in the game.
Yeah.
Don't know if we can find it now. Which episode are we on? 7. Yeah, it was just in the countryside. These things. You can see.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Just chilling on top of the tiny hut.
Yeah, they were just wandering around. Boulevard, that's what they are.
Yes. Yeah, I
Of
remember.
broken dreams.
Yes, Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Just in like the back of your head, like
Yeah.
as a in the tiny hut.
They are scary things, but they did not find you, so you were okay. And then you get Pebble back because Magpie rolls a natural 20 on animal handling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yuna is convinced that Pebble is a spy, so uses her medallion of detect thoughts on him. It was everyone
very-
thought that Pebble was a human, like druid or just
Yeah.
polymorph,
Oh, just,
and was spying.
It's not
on you somehow.
unreasonable. In a world of druids where that's possible,
yeah,
No.
like
using
This is
detect
D&D.
thoughts. Yeah, using detect thoughts is actually quite clever to like
Yeah.
try and find that out. Yeah.
But in
a
general,
person
you were
shaped like a
definitely-
dog. Don't be ridiculous.
Towards
Yeah.
the beginning, you were definitely all much more paranoid of what could possibly
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
You maybe got
You know,
a
I
little
feel
bit
like-
more reckless going forward.
As
Oh, yeah,
soon as
definitely.
we drop our guard, mimic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're poking everything to check it's a mimic, and then the one time you don't.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when it's.
I mean, there is a mimic
Yeah.
coming up, but we haven't quite got that.
Sick. You go to the treasure
Nice.
chest. It's breathing. I cracked that bad boy open. Let's go.
There was a small child in it.
Classic magpie moment.
I mean, that is basically what I did to you, because I knew you were suspicious of things and particularly aware of mimics. So when I hit you with a mimic, it was also a person who you may have finished off and killed, and then were charged for the murder of. So
It's fine.
but that's how you deal with cautious players. You use their suspicions against them.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's
And it's not evil. It's role playing the bad guys. It's just role play evil.
It's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, that was episodes 4 to 7.
Damn.
Getting into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Getting good loot, spending all your money. Was that might have been
Nice,
the biggest haul of money you ever got? I don't think you've ever been paid a lot.
one time,
more since
maybe.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the hole was full of money, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The portable hole.
That's where most of your cash came from at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think we've made any more, especially at one time.
Yeah.
When that. Yeah, no, for sure. But hopefully that'll change. Maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's because it's not like your standard adventuring party in the town looking for work, which you were at the beginning, and that's kind of when you got paid. And then since then, it's kind of been on the run, out in the wilderness, and then working towards something that may get you paid in terms of finding the kid.
Yeah.
Eb says, we know you're all evil. You know you're evil. You don't have to pretend. We accept you how you are. Good. I'm glad. Yes. Pure evil dungeon master. If I was any other way, it'd be boring.
True. Yes.
Nice. Well, I think I mentioned last time when we were talking about like homebrew stuff that that I did start a long time ago at like a custom RPG that I hoped to do with the Johns, but we never got around to it. But I thought I could maybe take you through some of it now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. See what people think. So this is
Oh,
like...
Oh, okay.
Let's have a look at some of these files, because I want to know exactly when I started. When did I start thinking about this? Well, this document with the storyline I made in July of 2020. But I think I was planning it maybe a year or so before then, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, part of Andy's character hinges on him having long hair. So it was obviously started
Right,
when he still had that. But yeah, the basic idea was I wanted to run some kind of RPG with the guys. Those of you who are aware of Critical Role, Liam did like a couple of one-shots where they start as themselves. So he makes like character sheets for them in real life, and then they're playing like a parody of themselves as the
Right.
story goes forward, and they have like stats and things based on how Liam imagines them, I guess, and then they kind of get transported to some strange storyline, and they get other like weapons and powers. So I wanted to do something like that where it starts off with just us as we are. So the setup is that we're driving back from a gig late at night. There's a thunderstorm, but we're driving through like a forest with high trees on either side, and it starts to get strange. It's like red tinted tree trunks and vines, and then suddenly there's a massive fallen tree blocking the road, covered with dark moss and viscous liquid. That's what I've got written down.
Nice.
So yeah, just kind of something to force us to get out and look at it. And then, oh yeah, I've got written down that the first person to touch something gets surrounded by rapidly growing vines, transforming them. So the idea is that I'm just going to wait for someone to touch something, and then you're suddenly surrounded in a cocoon. Other people touch it, try to get them out. Everyone's in a cocoon, and then when the cocoon breaks, they emerge as a kind of more RPG version of themselves with stats and abilities.
Right.
And I was working with Arian to get like artwork, which I do have some of the
nice.
cool stuff, but see, unfortunately never got to use any of it.
Oh.
Can I pull this up? Let's have a look. Here we go. Move that over. Put this in the way.
Don't know.
I realised I didn't have a setup just to capture basic stuff, so I've just got it screen captured.
Nice.
Try not to show my desktop. You never know what could be there. Secrets for future plans.
All Dave's installed games.
Yes. So yeah, this was Andy. Andy's
It looks great.
fabulous character, and then I made this kind of different setup for, because I wanted it like D&D, but maybe simpler and something a bit more different that I could control. So I made up my own system of just simplified stuff. You'd have six hearts, and any damage, you lose an entire heart.
Wow. Okay.
The success failure was just a straight scale. So 0 to 5 was mega fail, and then failure success, and mega success above 20.
Nice.
Wow. So wait, 0 to 5 is mega fail, but mega success. Supposedly, the equal opposite end of the scale it has to be. Dave.
Well, yeah,
Suppose
but
what modifiers do you have?
this is
Five times more likely to mega fail than to mega
Well,
success.
if it's just a straight roll. If
well,
there's
yeah.
no
This
modifiers.
was my system. Instead of having modifiers, it was for a check. You roll a d20 and one other dice, and then I split it
okay.
up. So it was muscles,
I
smarts,
see.
guts, luck, talent, and special.
Oh, that's interesting.
This is what I want. I didn't want any of the regular strength, dexterity stuff, so I had to come up with my own system. So you roll both of the dice, this dice and a d20, and then special. Everyone got a d20 as well for their special attacks, such as Andy's abilities, because he's obviously got his hair becomes eldritch tentacles.
Nice.
Right.
He makes a special attack roll at someone who's 15 foot away. So they take a hit, and then they also have to succeed a muscle roll or be restrained.
Nice.
Andy can disappear, go invisible for a minute. He can also summon a magical vortex. Opens a portal to the magic realm, and then rolls on a table. And I do have I made another table of stuff to roll on. Let me see if I can find the magical vortex.
All right.
Come on.
Because while you're doing that, I learned the other day that... So, everyone knows Peter Cushing. Perhaps not personally, but it's familiar with him. I didn't realise until, like, yesterday, looking him up, that he was, like, a massive nerd and would totally have been down for a game of Warhammer.
Nice.
Like, he literally collected and painted little, like, miniatures and then battled them using a rule set devised in 1913 by H.G. Wells.
Wow.
For battling, like, playing out little kind of tabletop war games.
Damn.
And yeah, it's like yeah. Dude, what a totally love Warhammer.
Yeah,
like, that's amazing.
But
so
yeah,
cool.
this is Andy's vortex table. 2 to 40. Obviously being the stuff in the middle is like easier to roll based on 2 dice, and then obviously like double 20, all the enemies die. Double 1s, all your allies die.
What?
Just for fun. So
Damn.
wild stuff like that.
TPK on Snake Eyes. Dear Lord.
Creatures appear, your weapon disappears. Summon an unfriendly unicorn.
Oh no.
Just stuff like that. I love a table to roll on, like a wand of wonder.
Yeah.
A while before this, I started working on an RPG system for like a sci-fi thing. I don't think we did try to play a couple.
I remember
of
playing one session of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and within that, I made like
That man at Josh's house.
maybe, but I made like a whole class system and fun stuff like that. But then I also made reality grenades, I think I called them. And again, it was just another excuse to roll on a table and good things or bad things happen. One of my favourite mechanics in D&D. But yeah, that's Andy's character sheet. Here we've got JD with his 2 spectral cats and a long stretchy arm. And then
outstanding.
His special abilities are he's lanky. You can make a melee attack. It's always 25 foot away.
He's got reach.
Yeah.
Is that because of that one picture where he's like got his arm?
Yeah, where he's
and it
got
looks
a
he's got a really long arm.
Yeah. He can shout to me and summon an ally to his side, or he can send his cats to attack things for him. And then Robbie was this weird hulking creature with a bag full of beers on his back. He's a little bit Ogba. He can throw anything.
Nice.
Basically anything he wants. He can insult people. Just like vicious mockery, I guess.
Yeah. Nice.
And he can give people beer, which helps them on their next action.
Outstanding.
So yeah, just do
So
stuff
good.
like
Very nice.
that. And then
I love the art as well. Is that Larian?
yeah,
This
I
is awesome.
commissioned Arian to do a bunch of these, and then I just kind of
So
helped him.
good.
But yeah, so the storyline is everybody else gets turned into like this special character. I remain as I am, so I go and try and touch some things, and a long vine grabs me and pulls me into the forest. I think I even got art from Arian for this one. Here I am. This is me being dragged into the forest. That's great. I love it. So yeah, everybody. It's then just I just try and guide people through a basic storyline of trying to get me back. They encounter some strange goblin-like creatures and are taken to see the Goblin King, kind of Hobbit style. The king tells them they are trespassing on sacred lands and they will now be drowned in accordance with the will of the old gods who gave life to this world, and then points to a mural of the old gods on the ceiling, which, when you look at it, is the 4 longest johns giving life to the earth. And he creates life with his hands in the dirt. I pour out a tankard to create the sea.
JD's vaping.
JD breathes life into the sky with a long nose.
Ripping some fat cotton back there.
And Robbie takes a dump, forming the mountains. This is how the earth was created.
So it is written.
I should really do something with
Found
this
my new
artwork.
religion.
This is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and yes, the Goblin King tells
your
them...
windows, by the way.
Sorry?
Shut your windows. I'm just like, what on earth am I hearing? I thought it was like a really loud, low helicopter. No, it's the rain. It's just started hammering.
Oh yeah,
we
had it like...
It hasn't quite reached me yet.
All right.
We had it a few hours ago. It was pretty wild. Yeah.
But yeah, the Goblin King tells you how the blessed relic fell into their world and told them the story of creation. And the blessed relic is a Longest John CD.
Nice.
It was if the band could convince the king that they were the old gods, he'd give them treasure and weapons and tell them where to go. Otherwise, they'd get locked in the dungeon and have to find a way to escape. On their way out, they find an old man living in a wooden shack who has various potions to sell. If they mention where they're going to rescue me from... I think they get told by the goblins where they're going. If they tell the old man where they're going, he tries to trade a wooden ladle for one of their valuable treasures to see if they'll do it or not. That comes in handy later. They find some...
is it like choose your own adventure rules where if you trade for the ladle, it's like it basically you need it to win the game later on, and otherwise it's like you pay your right.
But yeah, usually in choose your own there's a whole lot of useless stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, you got to play it multiple times to learn what to keep.
There's just like there's puzzles of different elemental symbols. Some are dead ends. And then a matching game where there's like 5 stone holes and 5 stone tablets with these symbols on. Do you want to try and do the puzzle now? You can see it on stream.
Let's have a look. See.
I mean, who? Yeah. Who wants to go first?
It's it's a raft, a hole.
Oh, 100%. Sure. So the tree goes in the hole, chicken goes on the raft.
A wave, scales, and a whale.
Bones in the wave, for bones in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the diamond goes on the whale, right? Bonnie ship the diamond?
Could be. And then the last one would be the scale and the eyes.
Keep your eye upon the scale.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to make puzzles that are related.
Yeah, that
to
references.
Fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
No, it's cool.
And then they get to a room with like a steep drop on every side of like the main central platform, and they're accosted by several creatures. There is a large undead man. There is a smaller but still tall, thin undead man who's holding hands with the first. There is a vampire-type man dressed as a general. And if you look over the side, climbing towards you is a massive chicken.
Well, looks like something out of The Witcher. That's like frightening. That's like...
Yeah, what?
And then there's various bits and pieces around the area, so they could just like fight with their abilities if they want, or each of these things has a specific way to defeat it. You defeat the large undead man by blowing him down. You just blow at him and he falls over. You defeat his son by hitting him in the legs with a cannonball.
Yep, nice.
You defeat this vampire general by carrying him to his burying ground, just putting him back in the coffin. I didn't expect anybody to get these, but I thought they'd just do the fight at the same time.
That's really funny.
And then where the chicken's climbing up, next to it is a pile of logs. So you roll the wood pile down, and it defeats the chicken.
Or me? Has my internet gone?
Oh, my internet? Hello?
No. Oh, the Discord.
Oh,
Is it just Discord?
There we go.
I think everyone throws to me and it's like, oh wait, is this my internet?
Same. Yeah.
Yes, same.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We're back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I was just saying, in case you missed it, you defeat the chicken by rolling logs at it. Or rolling the wood pile down. Discord again?
Yeah.
Every time I tell that joke,
it doesn't want us to know how to beat the chicken. Something about rolling logs.
Chicken. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, you roll the wood pile down, and it defeats the chicken. That's it. No, it's gone again.
Oh no, the Eldritch chicken doesn't want us to know.
No, all right.
How is it doing it every single time?
No.
Move on from the Eldritch chicken. Move on before it strikes again.
Important.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah. I'm sorry. A great old one. Great feathered one.
So
I apologize.
They go through the next door, and there's a beautiful crystal fountain full of liquid with a button at the bottom. The liquid cannot be reached into to press the button, but it can be drunk. So
Came back halfway through that explanation about.
Yeah, so
but it's fine.
Yeah.
okay.
As long as it's going out on stream.
Discord's being wacky.
But yeah, this is like a Harry Potter Dumbledore thing. Drink the liquid and you get drunk. But if you have the ladle, you can drink the liquid without getting drunk. Although that would have really mattered. Discord hates us.
Yeah, it would seem so.
A little bit.
I mean, if you're going to take a...
Yes, I am going to take a break. I think that's what Sam was saying.
Sounds wise.
I was trying to, then Discord,
Yeah, I've pretty much hit the end of this, so I'll go through it whether you can hear or not.
Sure.
Okay.
So basically, you go through. They go to the last room, an immense cavern filled with scattered bones, and they find me, looking like I've aged about 50 years, with extremely tattered clothing, and I tell them I haven't seen them for many years. If they try to leave, I tell them they can never leave. They are in my domain now. And I begin laughing, and I transform into my special RPG character, which is a demon spider crab monster.
Nice.
Oh wow, nice.
This is how I look, which is amazing. So yeah, they fight me, and win or lose, they all wake up back in the van. And it was all a dream. Or was it? As a spider crawls out from under my collar or something like that.
Amazing.
Sequel hook.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought if we had time, we could have maybe done like got 2 or 3 YouTube videos out of it, or maybe just one long one. But we never really had time to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just where it exists. And thank you to Arian for doing all of the artwork. I'll post it all on Discord because it's good and it's worth people seeing.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I guess it's just called behaving itself now.
It seems
This is the longest period of time.
So far?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
this is-
maybe we'll take a
Jinxed it.
break anyway. Come back in 5 or so minutes, and then chat more D&D things. But,
Sounds good.
yeah, don't go to everyone. See you soon. Bye.
Ooh.
Have you heard the stories? Can you remember the tales you were told back when last we gathered before? Tales of myth and magic, of battles fought and lost and won, of a land filled with wonders and more. Take your dice and pray for a victory tonight. It's time to roll. Jump into the fight with your friends there beside you. With courage and with might you'll prevail. Through the darkness of the night, let the dungeon master guide you. And step into the light, tell the tale.
And we're back. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Ooh.
Hello.
Discord may still be going a bit funky, but apologies if that happens. We'll try and do what we can for it. But nice. Well, moving on. Is there anything anyone would like to spotlight in particular? Anyone been looking up any spells, items, creatures, anything like that?
Funny you should say that.
Ooh.
Yes, there's a few things I was looking at recently. There's a few home rules that I've been
Sure.
really, and it was the wild magic thing that you said earlier, with like rolling on tables and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, yeah, it's like there's a really cool one that I saw where if you're under the effects of more than one potion at a time, you have to roll on like a wild magic surge.
Oh,
or
okay,
something,
yeah.
as the potions interact with each other
Yeah.
in like a like a weird way. So like if you're under two different potions that have durations, then it gives like a wild magic surge. Or like there was a really interesting one with what was it? Oh, I've forgotten it now, but it was really cool. Oh yeah, it was a stealth one where it's more for in-person D&D. It doesn't work so much online. Where only the player making a stealth roll and the DM see the stealth roll. Oh no, it was so the player rolls the die, but in a place where the DM can see it. So they kind of like chuck the die behind the screen, and so the player doesn't know, because it's very easy to meta with stealth checks. Like, okay,
Sure.
yeah, like I kind of, I got like 18, so like I'm pretty sure, but like the character wouldn't necessarily know that.
Yeah,
So
well,
it
it's
was
like
a,
yeah, I guess it's a bit like when you're doing PvP and someone's trying to hide from someone else. Obviously, you're both making a stealth and perception roll, but you don't want to let the other person know, what
Yes.
you're rolling. But I guess
Yeah,
if you're
so-
not even seeing it yourself, then yeah,
Yeah, you just can't meta it. It's like you roll it somewhere where the DM can see and no one else can.
I think
And
I
then,
just
like-
in general, if someone rolls stealth, even if they fail, I'm gonna hold them to you're acting like you think you're being stealthy.
Yes.
Because that's,
Yeah,
that's what you were trying to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's what you're attempting to do.
Oh, Discord. Discord is frozen.
The idea of finding different ways to put wild magic in, or like where you have to like, Discord being funky.
It did.
It did, yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, for a minute
I'm
there.
gonna try moving servers.
Sure.
Hang on. Let's go to this one. Hello? Does it work?
Hello.
Whee!
Okay, we'll see if that's any better.
Cool.
Sure. But yeah, no, I was just saying I really like the idea of finding different ways to get like wild magic-esque things, kind of and
Yeah.
opportunities for that.
I mean, the Wild
I
Magic
agree.
table itself may make an appearance sometime soon, since there is a certain character who is multi-classed in sorcery. So,
Ooh. Oh, nice. I love.
Well,
Oh yeah,
that's
it
what we
was. Sorry, go on.
Well, I was just gonna say, almost like instead of just like straight up, well, I guess I don't know how wild magic works. Is it like I've
So-
not encountered it really too much.
there's the official Wild Magic, and then you can obviously
Before I
do
go and say, hey, you should do a thing like this, and you go, yeah, that's literally
extra
just wild
stuff with
magic.
it. Let me find the particular ones.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Because my understanding, it was kind of, I wish to do this spell, and maybe you get the spell, or maybe you don't.
so yeah,
It's kind of like
it's part of the sorceress origins, which in the basic player handbook is either from your draconic bloodline or wild magic. So even though Magpie is from draconic bloodline, so it doesn't officially count towards wild magic, but I like it, so I might find a way to shoehorn it in every now and again. But official rules are starting when you choose this origin, your spellcaster can unleash surges of untamed magic. It's basically once per turn the DM can have you roll a d20 after you cast a spell, first level or higher. And if you roll a 1, then you roll on the wild magic table. So that's kind of a lot of rolling. You roll for a spell, you roll to see if you roll, and then you maybe roll again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, and then it's like Tides of Chaos is an ability that lets you get advantage on something, and if you do that, then the DM can make you roll on the wild magic table.
So it's like a D100, and then there's like a table of effects.
Yeah.
So it's very Wand of Wonder-esque.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
has a lot of similarities with
Yeah.
Wand of Wonder. There's more focused on the caster rather than
Yeah. Because I was going to say, like, you almost, because like Wand of Wonder, it's just a whole assortment of different, like, you point the wand and you don't know whether it's going to, like, bunch of flowers, make you small, make a gas appear over there, do nothing. It's all sorts of different things. And I was thinking, like I guess probably what would be kind of more interesting to me, not more interesting, but more something that's a little bit more focused on, like, okay, you're going to do this spell, but there's a bunch of different modifiers and effects that can happen to it. So, you know, I'm trying to just like cast it at that person. Maybe it like becomes an AoE or something, or I'm trying to think what off the top of my head. I can't think of what other different effects, but it's more like you get the spell, but there's some other conditions that you didn't expect that maybe they're beneficial, maybe they're not attached to it, because you're not fully in charge of this thing, and it might just go.
Yeah, well, I
Or
think
like maybe the damage type changes or something. Or
well,
like,
well, one of the things with the sorcerer is that they get their meta magic points, which means they can adjust
true.
spells, make them have a longer range, more damage, more duration, that sort of thing. So I
Twinning.
guess you could add some more like negative versions of that with mild magic.
It's cast down
Mild
a couple
magic.
of levels. Like,
Yes, roll on the mild magic table.
oh,
Two golden sparks fly out of your wand. That's it.
yeah, you cast it down a couple of levels, down a couple of slots. So you know you get your slot back, but
All of the grass around you grows half a centimeter.
yeah,
Nice.
Mild magic.
that guy over there feels quite warm.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea of something that was like
1d6
cumulative.
cozy damage. What's that?
You have like cumulative wild magic, so it could happen on the first roll, but the more rolls you make, the more likely it is to happen. It's like it's building up, and then eventually you explode or whatever.
Oh, so, yeah. Damn.
Stronger
the
and
idea.
stronger effects the longer it takes to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could stack it like exhaustion or something.
Yeah.
Where like when you long rest, you could when you long rest, you maybe you odds evens it to see if you lose like a counter of whatever it is or something like that.
We'll see.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Like tinkering with rest mechanics. There's something that I've been looking at which is really interesting. Where like distinguishing between a short rest, a full rest, and a long rest. So like a short rest functions as normal. A long rest functions as normal, except you don't gain all of your hit points back automatically. And depending on how harsh you want to be, you could do the same for spell slots too.
Yeah.
And then a full rest is like what a long rest normally is. So you get everything. But the difference being that a full rest can only occur in like a secure or comfortable location.
Okay. Kind of
So-
like Skyrim when you can't sleep in a bed that you don't own. You've got to
Exactly
pay for
right.
it in or
Yeah.
something.
Exactly right. Yeah.
There's
So like, if
enemies
you're in an
nearby.
inn,
Oh.
yeah, if you're in an inn or if you're in a city or like a fort or somewhere secure, you can have a full rest because you're not worried about having to wake up on like the drop of a hat, you know, or the crunch of a twig, you know, and you have time to rest to like fully recuperate all of your, you know, all of your injuries and stuff like that. Whereas a long rest is like, yeah, it's like it's good enough. It is a rest, but it's like not quite as, you know, because you're still alert. Maybe you're out in the wilderness, or maybe you're camping, and maybe, you know, it's like if you're in a dangerous environment that's unsecure, then maybe. So I like I feel like having the spell slots come back on a long rest is probably better because it helps distinguish in a bit more of a clear way the difference between a short and a long rest in this system.
Yeah.
But I really like the idea of tinkering with the rest mechanics and seeing how that influences people's decisions and like how if they're going to be more cautious about hit points and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you always have to be aware of like, because obviously warlocks get their spell slots back on a short rest, so you can't buff a short rest too much, or they just allow people to have a short rest after every little fight in an encounter. You could just get a party of warlocks who just are really kind of lazy. They never have like a full sleep, but they'll do something, sleep for an hour, do something else, sleep for another hour.
So you have a party of ADHD kids.
Yeah. That's kind of Xander anyway.
I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, no, it's I love the idea of tinkering with stuff like that and seeing if you can make it work.
Yeah.
It's quite fun to play with sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen some people have like alternate exhaustion rules, because exhaustion's kind of funny. It's like disadvantage on ability for 1 point of exhaustion, disadvantage on attacks, then it's like half movement, then I think it's 0 movement, and then death is the next one.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, 6 levels of exhaustion is just death.
Yeah, it's in the DM's guide. Let me find it.
Yeah, and I think you can only remove 1 layer of exhaustion.
Yeah,
by
one long
resting.
rest gets you reclaimed 1 exhaustion point.
Yeah.
Why is it?
Oh, something I was
Is it not in the
thinking.
in the gloss in the appendix?
I love the idea as well of tinkering with the optional sanity rules that no one reads in the DMG. Yeah, I was wondering about like what if your sanity score, right? I wonder if the way you could do it, because technically sanity basically functions as like a 7th ability score.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the way you could do it was, what if you took the average all of your mental stats? Because like if you're really intelligent, if your intelligence is high, maybe you're really good at like rationalizing your way like out of your mind breaking. And then like if you're wise, maybe you're just very in tune with the environment and you're just able to go with the flow, you know? And then maybe if you're charismatic, your sheer self-confidence is enough to like just like guard you against like any sort of mind-breaking eldritch monstrosities. And like I love the idea of like messing with that, because it just adds another layer of like stuff, and it also gives you like it makes sense, because like spellcasters would probably be more resilient against against like sanity reducing effects and stuff like that.
Is exhaustion not in the DMG? Is it in the player's handbook? I can't find it.
I don't remember. I have no idea.
I guess it kind of makes sense that you tell the players what happens if they don't.
Yeah,
Sweet.
true. Yeah, that would
No,
make sense.
That's just fighting. That's spell casting. Where's rest? Time. No. I mean the DMG has like complicated tables for
Yes, many things.
making a wilderness and weather conditions and dungeons and things.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
one
It's
thing I
not in the
think
player's handbook, so you don't know.
Oh, weird.
You don't know about the exhaustion.
Sure, I've
Think.
seen it.
Yeah, there must be somewhere.
It's,
They,
yeah,
they
it's
can't be in
definitely
the monster
somewhere.
manual. So, yeah.
And this is why, I mean, I've got the books, but I always end up just looking
Ems
on
has
the
it.
internet anyway.
Yeah, and
291.
Yeah,
Page 291.
291,
of the
thank you.
PHP. Yeah. Thank you, Emsley.
After everything. Oh, it's in conditions because it's a condition.
Oh, sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Always read the terms and conditions, Dave.
Yeah. So 1
True.
1 point disadvantage on ability checks. 2 is speed halved. 3 disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4 half your hit points. 5 speed 0, 6 is death.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Savage.
yeah. There's like some planes of existence in the DMG where it's like moving can just like give you exhaustion, and it's not like guaranteed. It's kind of like the resting mechanics where, you know, if you're out, it's not a full rest because you're in such harsh conditions, so you're not guaranteed to get your full night's sleep. So you spend too long there, you could just die.
That sounds miserable.
Yeah,
It's pretty
the
hard.
planes are rough.
I'm kind of relieved that you had to look that information up, Dave. I'm going to be honest.
Well, the exhaustion.
Yeah.
Well, I know one, and then if someone gets more than 1 point of exhaustion, then that's kind of, you know, they're playing with fire. Unless they have some kind of
I mean,
plan.
what I mean is, if you had this information like a little bit more just like ready to recall, it would imply to me that you've perhaps been researching this and looking it up, and you know, trying to work out some ways to keep it balanced and stuff like that. So, you know, it's good. No, I like what information I'm getting from this.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe you'll end up somewhere where you can't sleep, and we'll just see how long it takes you to die.
Oh dear.
This castle.
Oh yeah, did I mention once you enter the castle, you can't leave, and it's impossible to sleep within the castle.
No.
But you also can't die.
This is meant to be escapism, damn it.
Amazing.
Also, you can't focus on any tasks.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the ADHD castle.
No.
No, please. Yeah, it's really interesting. I think one of the things I lament the most about 5e is the lack of crafting mechanics.
Yeah.
I think it is just I love crafting in games, and like it's really sad to me.
There
It's
was
just like,
there was some of the books that added more. I don't know if it's Xanathar or Tasha.
Xanathar's added some, but it wasn't great. It was
Yeah.
it was like just kind of a bit updated. So like I think crafting health potions requires you to be able to be a spellcaster, because technically the potion is magical.
Right.
And so you have to be able to but there's a few homebrew stuff, like mechanics, that I've been looking at that are quite cool. There's one potion one, I'll post it. It's from GM Binder by Piccolo 917.
Nice.
And I've been playtesting it in another campaign that I'm in. I'll post it, I guess, in Dungeons and Dragons if anyone else wants to have a look at it.
Sure.
But that's the homebrew thing. And it's really interesting. They've got loads of different kinds of potions. And so they've also labeled which ones are already in the game as standard and which ones aren't by putting an asterisk next to it. So if it's got an asterisk next to it, it's a homebrew potion. And the potions are tied to the kit that you're using. So alchemist supplies have a different potion list than poisoner's kit, different from herbalist kit. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty comprehensive. Most of the work is on the player for keeping track of stuff. There is a bit of work on the DM side for like keeping track of ingredients and like which environments give which ingredients.
Yeah.
But in terms of
because I think for every single
crafting rules,
every single potion and item you might be able to craft. Wow.
Yes. It's potion focused, so less magic items, more. It's entirely about potions, but
yeah,
it's one of the
you
crafting
kind of
systems I've been
potions and ointments and balms and liquors.
Yeah, you should see the minor potions. They're so cool. It's like bowel mover and like burn remedy, cold concoction, cough stop drops.
Yeah.
Like things like that, which is like an additional sort of like just an extra layer of flavor. I like it. I like how there's I like how they've gone into
blood.
that level of detail. Yeah, exactly.
That could be
right?
really useful
It's
in the right circumstance.
yeah, exactly. So like my druid in the campaign that I'm playtesting it's the same Circle of Spores druid, and he's proficient in all of the kits for this PDF, for this homebrew, for the
Nice.
purpose of playtesting it, and it's been really fun. But yeah, it's something I kind of do. So like, I'll do my roles for like harvesting, identifying, like gathering, harvesting, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then like in between sessions, I'll basically like just message the DM and be like, hey, I'm planning on doing these things with these ingredients, and stuff like that. So it doesn't slow down the session too much, because you can get bogged down and stuff like this.
That is
very
good.
easily.
I mean, I can understand why wizards don't add like basically a whole other mini game for every type of kit
100%.
and that sort of thing. You can't really expect DMs to know like
everything
like
absolutely.
this, but
Yeah.
if there is stuff like this that exists that your DM can glance at once and go, yeah, that seems pretty balanced, you could use this, and then they don't have to worry too much. You can go ahead and like make your fancy potions, and as long as there are rules for it, the DM can trust that you're following them and not have to
for sure.
make something up every time because there isn't an official guide for it.
Yeah, it's really cool. They've got like pricing guides. They've got you have like a potion making skill, basically like a modifier that like increases as you like learn new recipes and get better at identifying ingredients and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can increase the amount of recipes you learn. You can increase like the rarity of things you can learn. It's very, very fun.
Yeah. The standard
we've
one
been
is just
playtesting
like
it, and it's,
you have proficiency in a kit, so you add your proficiency bonus to whatever the roll is.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. I've been playtesting it, and it's been really useful. Like we killed a wyvern by like ambushing it in its cave, and because I'm a Dampier, I can have the spider climb thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like walking up the walls, like planting like blasting powder charges over the entrance of the cave, and waiting for the wyvern to come back and then produce flame and setting them all off. And it was stuff like that. Like it lets you interact a lot more with the environment. But like I had to go on like a bit of a palaver to get the necessary ingredients for to make it work, and it was very satisfying to pull off. Yeah, it's just cool. It's a really cool little homebrew that I found that I think as a DM I'll be implementing it in any campaigns I run in the future. It's really it's just fun. It's just really fun.
Does look like fun.
Yeah, true. I do have another one. It's about it's a common sense sea ships and airships by Hyperdrift.
Okay. I did just glance when I had the DMG up. There is a very short section on travel in like airships and things like that.
Yeah. So I've posted it just below the other one, and in the server, so other people can have a look as well if they fancy. But I was thinking about tinkering with this one even more, so that you can like Black Flag style upgrade your ship. So like there are different classes laid out in like a table of ship, and then all of the stats that the ships have. And so like there are trade-offs. So like class 5 isn't necessarily the best ship, because like it takes a hit to its dex modifier like pretty heavily. And so like depending on your purposes, you might want to specifically aim for a particular class of ship. And there's like modification rules for making your ship an airship as well. And it's really interesting. It's just cool. I love little things like this that just kind of like patch in things to the game that I make it a bit more interesting.
The DMG has like one table for ships: airship, galley, keelboat, longship, rowboat, sailing ship, and warship. You get the cost, speed, number of crew, number of passengers, cargo in tons. It has AC, HP, and a damage threshold. That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
But it just gives you these stats with like do with those whatever you want.
Yeah. Whereas this one, it's got your ship for strength mod, con mod, dex mod, like kind of crew group actions, like weapon placements, turn angles per round, crew group, like skeleton or full, like passengers, max sailing speed, galley rowing speed, base AC, sails and crew AC, helm rudder AC, hull HP,
Maximum
sails
turn
mast
angle
HP.
per round. That's
Yes.
that's gonna be annoying.
It's pretty wild, yeah. Like, yeah, it's amazing. It's really comprehensive, but also really not that complicated.
Hang on, that's just
It's,
mean. Like maximum turn angle per round 30 degrees. I mean, sure, you can do
Yes,
90,
because-
you can do 45. That's fine. Making someone do 30 degrees. That's
degrees per
evil.
round. These are for the biggest ships, so the super high power ships, but they're significantly less agile and maneuverable.
To switch
So
to a
it's
hex
like
grid just for that particular ship.
Yeah,
rather than square.
exactly right. Yes, it's exactly it. Okay, listen. Okay, I am a hexagon. Okay, I am a follower of the hexagon. Okay, It's a glorious geometry that is the hexagon. But yeah, no, it's really cool, and it's you get like crew loyalty as well, which like affects their efficiency in tasks and stuff. So like you can like do things to motivate your crew and like crew skill checks and stats for that. And, like it's just really cool.
It had crossed my mind when everyone went off to skip that you could come out of it the other side with your own ship sailing around, you know, getting crew, that sort of thing. But
yeah,
it wasn't to be. Other things afoot. Maybe you'll carry on, get something. Maybe get an airship, go anywhere you want.
Yeah, it'd be cool. But yeah, I just love stuff like this. I've been looking for like a base building one, but I haven't found one yet.
Okay.
But I love having a thing to invest in games. I love just like base building. Let me throw my money at something for like some kind of like either passive income or extra functionality or like, do you know what I mean? It's like I love the idea of that in games, and I'd love to build like a base of operations where like I don't know, maybe you get like an island or something from like from a lord. It's a lesser holding. It's a barren island with nothing on it, and it's your reward. And you just build up like a home base on this little island somewhere, or like this, you know, scraggy patch of land, and you turn it into something, you know.
You thinking just
into
like
something useful,
like fortifications, or you'd want like a farm that generates an amount of money, or like
just
but
like
products,
either
and then you
or
have
maybe
to like
both.
sell it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So like you could do stuff like that, and maybe like if you wanted to streamline it, you could have like all of the stuff happen like in between sessions, you know.
Yeah.
But like, just a mechanic like that, where like it's an option for you to do something like that, I think would be quite cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
but I haven't found a.
Some of this stuff is like it's leaning a little bit towards you kind of just making everything a computer game. Rather
Yes,
than,
it is.
Yeah, it's nice to have rules for everything that you can lean back on, but then sometimes you just want to.
Brother in Christ, have you heard of Minecraft?
Yeah, 100%, right? Yeah. 100%.
If you want a base and like people who work for you and to set up things, then maybe you just gotta role play through as much as you want, and
or as a DM, you just go, yeah, that's it.
You tell me you want to do something. Go, yep, you've done it. Moving on.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, yeah. MZ saying, does the Akink stuff have base building in it? In the C team, they did a cool thing where, they kind of had like a tavern that was their home base.
Okay.
And then they got very early on, they got given a wagon, which is like just this completely knackered couple of bits of wood and just barely a horse pulling it. And they like through like missions and stuff, they acquired bits to upgrade it, and that kind of became like their cool ride. And so they got different like modules and bits to equip on it and swap out and stuff like that, which became quite a cool. It wasn't like extensive, but it was just like you've rescued this guy who fixes up carts, and so now if you leave him in the back for a couple of hours, he can make it a little bit nicer. And you've stolen some stuff off this cart, so you can install that and have some better seats back there, and just little bits like that. So that was a cool feature.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not very familiar with the Acquisitions Incorporated stuff, so I might have to have a look at that.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoy stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
something I've been thinking about for a while.
Yeah. Oh, the official source book. Yeah, that's true. I've not read that. So yeah, there might be even more there. Yeah. I'm just thinking what was another campaign.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, well, if you want to try and get a home base and add stuff to it, we can see how it goes.
Try and figure it
Pick
out.
somewhere.
I make the most basic mud box. Within it, I put a bed, a crafting table, and a furnace. I am done.
Yeah.
I go back out. That's it.
I guess it's like it's one of those things you get once you're either staying in one place for a long time or you have like teleportation, and therefore
Yeah.
you're just jumping from home to a mission, and then you can just jump straight back and not spend weeks on the road.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking
it's
of
cool.
which,
There's lots of...
who is the teleporter of the crew?
It's not Ogba. I mean, unless the teleportation is like making people like javelins and just like launching them halfway across the continent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know actually.
I mean, I guess Thule's druid, so you get
so
you then get
transport via
transport
plant.
plants, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the other, I mean, yeah, Sam, you don't really get cleric
Clerics get-
teleportation. Is that aware of?
Is Arcane Gate? Is that just for?
I think that's wizards and
Yeah, I know wizards get it. I don't know
bards?
if anyone else gets it. They might do.
but yeah, wizards are like your teleportation circle and
Yeah.
general teleport spell. I think since
Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard for Arcane Gate. Yeah.
okay, so Magpie's not going to get enough sorcerer points, most likely, to get there anytime soon. Warlock,
Yeah.
I don't think has a Warlock teleport spell. Maybe there's something.
Warlocks can get Arcane Gate.
They can get
Just
It's on
Arcane
the-
Gate. Okay,
it's- yeah,
that's
it's on the
that's
list.
like higher level than like teleportation, right?
It would be a Mystic Arcana. I think it's a 6th level spell.
Is it like a viable teleportation spell, or is it like must use like 3 diamonds worth 10,000 gold pieces each that are consumed on casting? Is it one of those?
No, Arcane Gate
nonsense?
is just
You get this once.
straight.
Oh,
single
it's
use
within
spell.
500 feet. So
Oh yeah,
it's between
Arcane
2
Gate
points,
isn't,
and they have to be
teleportation.
not that good. No. It's...
Uh,
Which one am I thinking of then? That's like a circle that you.
that's
hop through,
teleportation
and it-
circle, or
Oh,
circle
okay,
of
sure.
teleportation, whatever they call it. So yeah, teleport is a 7th level spell that you just send people, and then if you don't know exactly where you're going, bad things can happen. That's another roll on a table, and then it's like
Oh, I see.
if you're very familiar with it, there's a very small chance something goes wrong. But if you've only vaguely heard about it, you can head off. So that happened to Douglas, the teleport spell from the wizard lady. That was just straight teleport, and it was based on information she only kind of knew. So I did roll on the table to see how
Sure.
close Douglas got.
Yeah.
And you got like, I think it was similar area, so like nearby, but not
Yeah.
something terrible
Oh,
happening.
man.
And then
It was a
teleportation
mishap. Oh dear.
teleportation circle is 2 levels lower, 5th level.
Sure.
So I think that's like the first
proper one.
and then transport plants is 6th level.
Yeah.
There's Word of Recall, which is a cleric spell for 6th level.
Oh, is that a home base that you can jump back to?
Yeah, you have to designate a sanctuary first, and then you can up to 5 willing creatures teleport to your sanctuary.
Okay. So Stone could get the teleport home spell.
Peace.
I guess if you've got 2, then that would be handy, because that's always the thing with teleportation. Most of the time, when you first get teleportation, it's like you can jump in somewhere dangerous, but then you need to long rest before you can leave again. So you
Yeah.
better make sure you want to be there. But
Yeah,
if you've got
for
2
sure.
spells, you could transport via plants somewhere dangerous and then just recall straight back. No, don't like it.
Yeah.
Leaving.
None of that. Bye. Like,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, if there's nothing anyone else wants to talk about particularly right now, I thought I had an idea of something we could do on these podcasts. Is maybe with the chat's help, we could throw together a character from any possible race or class and just end up with a few characters we could then maybe battle it out against each other to see who's the best.
Nice.
Just for
Sure. Sounds fun. Sure.
So if anyone has any
Human
ideas,
male fighter.
of course.
Let's go.
Let's
Classic.
go. Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I've got a character sheet. What do people like? My inclination is always to go for spellcasters.
Mm-hmm. Depends on my feeling. I tend to come up with an archetype first, and then I find out how to best make the archetype work. So it depends. I like casters, but I really like some martials as well. Like, I don't know.
Rat people.
Monk is a
Ooh.
blast.
I feel like
Oh,
it's one of the expansions added something. I mean, like kobolds are kind of ratty, dragony people. They're like rat.
yeah, I'm sure
rat
you could find
lizards.
something and reskin it. Yeah.
Rat race.
D&D Wiki suggests rat folk.
Yeah, is that an official? Is that a?
I don't think it seems like
That's
a
homebrew, yeah.
homebrew.
But yeah, I mean, there's. Let's just pull up all of the 5e races from everything.
Let's have a look. See, I'm on Wikidot. Let's have a look. See, and have a look at the all lineages.
The list I'm looking at says. Pull it up here. We've got Asimar, Angel People,
Mm-hmm.
Auto Gnome, which is Spelljammer, but I guess you could. I haven't really looked into Spelljammer, but I guess it counts. Bugbear,
Autognoblin. Autogon. Autogonel.
That sounded really cool.
Centaur, Changeling, Shapeshifter, Custom Lineage. The
Yeah,
non-race
custom
racial
lineage is cool.
option.
Yes, it's basically like you get a list of things you can choose as like your racial feature,
Oh,
and
it's
then
just
you can basically skin it as you want.
okay.
So
Cool.
it's like if you have an idea, but like you don't, none of the official material quite makes it work, then
Yeah.
it's an
Uh,
alternative way to go.
the Dampiers,
Dampiers are great. Love them. Love Dampier.
Dragonborn, everyone knows. Dwarf, including
Yeah.
Durgar. 4 kinds of elves. Well,
Yeah.
well, actually, there's like elf, which includes a few different subtypes of elves, and then the special elves are the astral elves,
Yes.
which is spelljammers, the Eladrin, the sea elves, and the Shadar Kai.
Shadar Kai are really cool. They're the Raven Queen ones, I think.
I like
They're real interesting.
yeah, they live in the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
Nice. Fairy, they added Fairy as a playable race.
Yeah.
Furbolg. Actually, chat made a
Furbolg's
Fairy character that was in one of the PvP battles. I think.
All right.
I think that was
Sure.
a chat inspired one. Furbolg, Genasi, Air, Earth, Fire, and Water. GIF from Spelljammers, gun-toting space hippos.
Nice.
That sounds like fun.
Sounds pretty rad. Yeah.
Gith, who are the Githyanki and the Githzerai.
Githzerai? Yeah.
Yeah. Gnomes, deep gnomes, goblins, Goliaths. Hadozi from Spelljammers, ape-like but more like flying squirrels.
Oh.
Okay. Half elf, half orc, half ling. Harangon, the rabbit people. Hexblood.
Oh, Hexbloods are cool.
Influenced
They're
by
like they're
hags.
very, very occult and witchy. They're very interesting.
Ooh.
Where they've got like
That's
they
cool.
can like snap bits of their teeth off and like use hair and fingernails and stuff for like wacky spell things that they can do. It's like
Wow.
really interesting.
Hobgoblin, human. Kalashtar?
I love Kalashtar.
Eberron?
Very underrated. They're very cool. They have racial telepathy, and they have
Sure.
like advantage on wisdom saving throws, and they can do something else as well. Oh, they're resistant to psychic damage.
Nice.
They're really interesting. They're like linked to the realm of dreams, and they're like attached to like a dream spirit that like guides them, and they can't suffer like the effects of certain spells because they don't sleep or dream like anyone else.
Nice.
It's really interesting.
Kender, gnome-like creatures native to Kryn. Kenku, the little crow people who can't speak.
They're very fun.
Kobolds. Leonin, the lion people.
Yeah.
Lizard folk. Lockstones, we know. Minotaurs,
Yeah.
orcs. Owlin, the owl people. Plasmoid, ooze from
Plasmoid.
space. Reborn lineages, humanoids who come back from the dead with most of their memories intact. Satyrs.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting one.
We've got one of those.
Satyr.
Shifter, closely related to
They're cool.
lycanthropes.
Yeah.
Simic
They've got like a
hybrids,
pseudo-lycanthropy.
they're also like shapeshifty animal people.
Yeah, they get like weird adaptations, like they can
Yeah.
glide or they can breathe underwater and stuff like that. There's like
Tabaxi, the cat people. 3 green 4-armed mantis-like humanoids from space.
oh jeez.
Tieflings, turtles, tritons. Vidalcan, who are blue people.
Mhm.
That's the main
Wow.
thing it
Yeah.
says about them. Yeah, blue.
Make a bunch of bards.
dabba-dee-dabba-da.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, what do you do? Just like some sort of the rhythm section? Is that it?
I know
Yeah,
they're really in
100%.
tune with nature and they have sex through their hair.
Right, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
classic. Yeah.
Smurfs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Verdan, plant-like humanoids with magical blood and limited telepathy. They grow in
Oh, I
size after a few levels. That sounds like fun. That's like,
Yeah, they're weird.
oh, that's an Ak Inc. one. I guess
Yeah,
like
they
a
have,
group type
okay.
character.
Yeah, and they kind of, and they like stuff like happens to their hair as well. I seem to remember, like
Okay.
after a certain amount of time, like it stops growing or it falls out
Yeah.
or something. It's like it's a really weird, interesting one.
Warforged for your robots, and
Yeah.
the Yanti, who
Yuan-ti.
are snake people. Some more like
They're-
snakes than others.
And they're very powerful. It feels a bit cheeky building a character that's a UNT because
Yeah.
they're very, very strong. They have racial magic resistance, which gives you advantage on all magical effects, on saving throws against magical effects.
Oh, I missed
So they're,
Aarakocra. I was going to say I didn't
Oh,
say that.
Aarakocra.
The other bird people.
Yeah.
Nice. So, what do people think?
Many options to choose from.
Yeah. Who's got a feeling for a particular race? Probably not one of the Spelljammer ones. So I don't know how
Probably,
well it meshes with regular
I-
D&D.
Yeah.
Remind me what Spelljammer. This isn't like a we should do that. But I remember when I heard about it, it was like, oh, that sounds really cool and interesting, and like there wasn't really any like interest in taking it up for anything. It's like, is it like magical space pirates or something?
It's kind of.
I'm not that familiar with it, so I'm not sure.
I didn't look too
Yeah.
closely into it. It does seem, because it is like completely under the 5e banner.
Yeah.
but it would obviously confuse things to try and cross-play the two things.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
could-
it needs
you
to be
could
its own
port
standalone
characters
thing.
in and out of it, but it's not. Storylines wouldn't be quite compatible. But as I understand it, like
Yeah.
the combat rules and everything like that follow a similar vein to 5th edition.
Yeah.
Barbalupe wants all animal people. Smallcog wants goblin. How much just make a random one?
If it's
Just put
if it's
them on
all
the wheel.
animal characters and we make them fight, is that just Pokemon?
Kind of.
True. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Amazing. I don't know. See, I have my biases
Yeah.
because there are a few races that I absolutely love. Some of these, they're like hilarious. I love Kenkus so much.
Yeah.
They're highly
Ems likes
entertaining.
Kenkus too. Should we make a Kenku?
Yeah.
Let's do a Kenku.
Sure, Kenku time. Let's go.
So here we go. I've got the classic form.
Oh, nice.
Class.
Oh man.
No, race first. Race. Kenku with all of the Kenku abilities, which I'll look at in a minute. What's a good bird name?
Molly.
Polly. I like it. Polly. There we go. Polly the Kenku.
Nice.
And so, Kenku features, you get 2 dex and 1 wisdom. Good at forgery. Proficient in acrobatics, deception, stealth, or sleight of hand. So they seem to be coded for rogues.
Yeah.
Mimicry.
Oh, maybe you could do
language.
maybe you could do a druid that infiltrates with a wild shape, and they're called poly because polymorph.
Their full name is Polymorph.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They heard someone like say polymorph, and they only caught half the word, and so that's the.
Do you want to do like
Or,
a multi-class rogue druid?
we could try it.
So
What level are we building for? Are we going?
I don't know, because I mean, you normally get the good things at 3, but then if you're making a multi-class, then you maybe want to go
A bit higher. Yeah.
higher.
11th level is a really good, pretty big milestone for a lot of classes, I think.
Yeah.
It gives you enough levels to play around with.
Just trying to keep it so it doesn't take too long to make.
Yeah,
Make
sure.
the character, but so you get wild shape at 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe do 5 and put 2 points in. 2 points in druid, 3 in rogue.
Rogue. Now, what kind of rogue?
Oh yeah, well yeah. So you get you don't get a druid circle. Oh no, you do get a druid circle at 2nd. So
2nd level. Yeah.
okay. So let's say we've got 2 levels in druid and 3 in Jolly Rouge.
Nice.
Nice. So what's your favourite druid circle? Land.
Well, for me,
Moon.
I'll give you one
Spores,
guess.
yeah.
For me, yeah. For this character, if they're going to be an infiltrator, then maybe Moon is better because
Yeah.
they get expanded wild shape. But I don't know if it makes much of a difference at level 2.
So the
I'm not sure.
Land and Moon are your standard ones, and then it's Dream, Spores, Stars, Wildfire, and Shepherd.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think Circle of the Moon is really good at level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your wild shape as a bonus action, so you can use it in combat. And you can, while you're transformed by wild shape, you can use a bonus action to expend 1 spell slot and regain 1d8 hit points per level of the spell slot expended. And you get the circle form, so you instantly get boosted to being able to transform into something CR1 at level 2.
Nice. Sure.
Which is pretty good.
Okay. So, oh, my sheet's having a time.
Oh,
Acrobat Reader sucks.
I'm looking at rogue subclasses, and what would jive really well with that wisdom score would be the Inquisitive. It's a really lesser used one. Yeah.
I don't have. This doesn't have the extra page. I might switch to the. I do have a scripted thing that hits sometimes. It takes a long time, but I think it would be quicker for this. Too many pop-ups and things. Go away. So, okay, if I say upgrade XP. Since it doesn't have a lot of the new stuff in it, but Circle of the Moon, add Druid Circle, and then it automatically fills in.
Oh, that's cool.
Fills in the extra bits. Oh no, it's put 4 levels in Druid. I want 1.
Yay.
Downgrade XP. I don't. What's it doing? I've confused it. Oh no.
Oh no.
The pop-ups.
Well,
it's fine. Let's no. Go, oh, now it's trying to make a spell thing. No, go away. Okay, I'm going back to this. I just won't fill in all of the things. I'll just put notes here. We've got Wild Shape, which we can use as a bonus action, and then Rogue. And there, what would work fun with being a creature? Could you get like sneak attack on animal attacks? Because can you get sneak attack with unarmed? I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. I think it has to be a weapon attack. I'll check. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon.
Yeah. So you'd need like finesse claws. Or a creature with a ranged weapon.
That would be entertaining.
A spitting fish. I don't know. I don't think there are any.
Or if you pick a rogue subclass, maybe that expands how you get your sneak attack.
True.
So, like,
yeah.
If there's a subclass somewhere that, because a few subclasses do that. So, like, the Inquisitive lets you make an insight check to find weaknesses in your opponent's like armor or stance, and that lets you use your sneak attack. Or there's Swashbuckler has a wacky one, I think, and Assassin is one if you're like the first in the turn order, I think. Yeah,
Assassin is like built to do massive damage on your first turn under perfect circumstances.
Yeah, I was thinking about building a Gloomstalker assassin multi-class, which would be absolutely brutal because it's like Gloomstalkers are always invisible if they're in darkness.
Oh yeah,
like just passively. So you and they get like a bonus to their initiative equal to their wisdom modifier. So like if you take alert with that, then like you're pretty much always going first.
So all of the rogue subclasses, I think these are ranked thanks to thegamer.com.
Nice.
9 is mastermind.
A trustworthy source.
No one wants to be a mastermind. You can help other people as a bonus action. Inquisitive at 8.
Inquisitive.
Uh,
Yeah.
Bonus to insight, investigation. They don't really seem to think much of it.
It's not used very often.
Thief. Bonus action, cantrips, attacks with certain
Yeah.
items. Soul knife.
Soul Knife is amazing. Actually incredible. I don't know why it's a 6. That's so
I guess
good.
if you were druid wild shaped as a creature that in theory could hold a knife, could you
Sure.
conjure the soul knife?
Maybe
Because the soul knife counts as
a
counts
thrown
for
weapon.
sneak
It's
attacks.
like,
So
yeah, it would.
Maybe that
'cause maybe that one. Yeah.
swashbuckler we saw. You want to do a lot of scout. No frills, range damage rogue.
Yeah.
Arcane trickster is magpie.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Phantom.
Phantom's a cool one. I think at like higher levels you can like phase through walls and stuff. It's cool.
Gather
Oh,
trinkets.
I think that's the one that
when
gives you like
creatures die.
yeah, soul trinkets. Yeah, have you ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? There's a character in part 3 who like he's a
I haven't
poker
seen part
player
3.
and he takes and he takes people's souls and turns them into poker chips. And
Cool.
It makes me think of that.
Yeah.
It's like I love the idea.
Sure. And then it ranks assassin at number 1. The classic.
Nice.
Stab first.
Yeah.
Who dies? So yeah, maybe soul knife.
Get your psionic die that you can like bolster your abilities and stuff with.
Yeah. 3rd level, sonic energy within yourself. You get some d6. Psi bolstered knack. If you fail a skill check, you can roll again. Psychic whispers. And then psychic blades. Here we go. Manifest a psychic blade from your free hand and make the attack with the blade. Finesse and thrown.
Mhm.
Uh,
Deal
60
psychic
feet.
damage.
That's pretty cool.
Also leaves no mark on the target, which could be interesting for like a infiltrator assassin type character.
Yeah, knife just appears out of nowhere. Sure.
Yeah.
Soul knife. Here we go. Wild shape, soul knife, bird person.
Nice.
Yeah. And what
Dude.
background would you take for
Well, I feel like criminal is the
Criminal.
obvious one.
probably?
Yeah. Charlatan. But you're not going to be using your charisma very often, are you? Maybe as a Kenku. Maybe you will. I don't know.
Charlatan, sure. So, yeah. So from... Oh, I keep going for the book when I don't have Kenku in there, but it's fine. So you get what is it, two on Dex, 1 on Wisdom, and then...
Yeah, how are we arranging stats? Going to do standard array, point by, roll?
Probably roll the same way we've done characters in the game. Where,
Sure.
well, I did give. There was a certain home rule I made about it. It was like if you don't have 2 stats that are above a number, then you can just scrap the whole thing and go
Was it?
again because
Yeah.
it sucks making someone who's just
Not good at anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Proficient in sleight of hand and stealth. Would you take acrobatics and deception? What do you get from Charlatan? Because you can probably get all of them.
Yeah, I think Charlatan gives you something, a charisma skill. I think. Yes, deception and sleight of hand.
Okay. So deception, sleight of hand, stealth, and acrobatics. You can get all of the Kenku ones.
Yeah, nice. I feel like this character is the sort of person to like wild shape into a rat and just scurry off into an enemy base, like undetected.
Sure.
Stuff like that. That'd be cool. I don't know how you're gonna make use of the charisma. It's gonna be interesting.
Right. I don't know whether to do rolls now or not, or just kind of keep the bare bones of it and
Fair. Figure it out later.
yeah,
maybe.
just use the
Yeah.
general idea.
Yeah. Sure.
Intelligence. Hang on, would they have been a druid first or a rogue first? That's a question.
Yeah, it's important to sort out. Yeah.
If their backgrounds are charlatan, then it'd probably be the rogue first.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, what do we get from that? You get skills, saving throws, dex, and intelligence,
Yeah.
and 4 from acrobatics. We've already got athletics, deception. We've already got insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. We've already got persuasion. Insight, intimidation, and investigation. They're all good.
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe perception over investigation.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's good.
And then, yeah, I guess they maybe don't have any weapons if they're a druid and a soul knife person. They don't carry any physical weapons. They just summon them
rely
all
on their
and turn
psychic
into
powers. Yeah. It's cool.
sneaky bird jumping around, stealing everything.
Amazing.
Alignment, chaotic neutral.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Not that we really use alignment.
Like everyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, like actually this time.
Yes.
Thief. I mean, I think that's just mostly how people like to play both RPGs and video games. You go chaotic neutral, good when you want to be, but basically doing whatever you want, whenever you want.
Chaotic neutral to the point of consequences, and then no.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I'll help. Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Also, hi, Angeline.
Hello.
We are building a character.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a fun thing to just, whenever we do one of these, come up with an idea for a character and then maybe make them all fight at some point in time.
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punch my mic.
I have done that in the past when I've just kind of made characters for fun
I did
and
this
then
too. Yeah.
do a kind of combat against each other to try and work out. I think the best one I ever came up with was an Aarakocra monk. Because
that's strong.
monks have like good movement abilities, and then the Aarakocra is obviously just flying most of the time. So if you take it as part of the movement abilities, that it counts towards flying movement as well, then it gets a little bit OP.
Bit scary. Yeah.
Because you can do the disengage. I guess it would work with a rogue as well. You can just fly in, attack, bonus action disengage, and just go straight
be
up
like
so they
somewhere else.
cannot
Yeah.
catch you.
Like, works with a ranger too, with your being able to fly. Like the Drake Warden subclass for the ranger now is really interesting because you get like a mount. You get like a little dragon drake thing that you raise that gets bigger as it levels.
Okay.
As you level up in the class, and eventually I think you can ride it, but I think that's like pretty high level stuff.
Yeah.
But it's cool. There's a yeah, I love making stuff like that. I do the same thing sometimes. I'll make like a bunch of characters and then square them off against each other and see like how it works. And, yeah, it's cool. I love monks. Monks are so
Monks
fun.
are good, yeah.
They're so fun. It's like I love just being able to like, I don't know, just run like across the map and like running around because of like flurry of blows and extra attack. You can separate it out across your whole turn, so you can just run across the battlefield, just smacking people like, you know, around and about. It's so fun.
From a role playing point of view, I really like the Drunken Master subclass.
Cool. Yeah.
And it's not
It's really
even
fun.
that amazing, to be honest, in terms of the monk subclasses, but just in order to role play it would be so much fun.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there was a nasty monk that I made that was an anti-mage. So it was a Way of Shadows. It was a Way of Shadows UMT with Sentinel. So it was magic resistance, drop a silence, and then wait for the mage to move. So you can smack them when they can't leave the silence.
Nice.
And so it's like, what are you gonna do, mage? Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty fun one. Because it's a monk, it can close the distance. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah,
stuff.
no. Character building is very fun. Probably one of my favorite aspects about the game.
Yeah, I mean, I find the same in like RPGs as well. Spend ages just creating a character. Sometimes create a new character
100%.
that I have no intention of playing, just to make the character.
Yeah. Then yeah.
Or
Make a weird little guy.
playing something like Skyrim on the PC with console commands. So at any point you can just open the character creator
race
in the
menu,
middle of the
get up,
game,
yeah.
make someone new, reset all of your points, and put them back into something completely different.
100%.
Ooh, it's raining.
Yeah.
Great. Well, unless there's anything else anyone has a burning desire to discuss right now, maybe we'll call it there. For another fantastic
feeling good.
behind the scenes look at both our Dungeons and Dragons game and Dungeons and Dragons in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, if you ever have any questions, you know, maybe watching the episodes of the game, or if you just think about any D&D things, both chat and you guys, I guess, as well. Yeah, make a note of it, and we'll try and answer questions. We'll do like a phone in, ask the DM. Like I'm having problem fitting in at magic school or stuff like that.
You could open up like a channel or a thread or something on your Discord for people to ask questions.
True, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll make a podcast specific channel.
Yeah. You could even have it where
just
people
put them in the Dungeons channel. It's not.
True. Well, they might get lost there. That's the thing. If there's other
Yeah.
conversation, then they just get lost in the scroll.
Yeah.
So you need to like go through and pick them out.
Can we talk about warlocks at some point? Sure. Maybe
Yeah.
next time we could do a deep dive on warlocks. Maybe try and get Andy here.
True. I've got a few wacky ideas about warlocks and stuff. I got a few interesting builds that I want to tinker with.
Yeah.
So that could be fun.
I think warlocks are interesting because, like the drunken monk, it automatically leans into a backstory and a kind of person, whereas
Yes.
a fighter is just someone who is a fighter, or maybe a wizard learned magic.
Yeah.
But the warlock is probably his whole, like, feeds into his whole backstory of how he came to this terrible old god who gave him power, and probably going forward is also part of his story arc. So
Yeah. It's like, did you make a deal? Is it like a curse that's bestowed upon your family? Is it like did you get kidnapped and like brought, like there was a cult ritual or something that you're now trying to break away from? It's like there's loads of directions you can go with it. It's like, it's really fun. It's really fun.
I don't know if you can hear the rain. It's incredibly loud.
I can hear it here. It's
It's
doing a lot.
We had it earlier today, and it was pretty scary. It was like a car alarm setting off kind of rain, you know?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Great.
It's sunny
Well,
all day here.
oh, lovely. That's fine for something.
That's nice. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks Tradorni. Thanks Andy Pence. Thanks Sam.
Yeah, thanks,
You're
Dave.
welcome, Dave.
Thanks
Thank you,
everyone in
it's great.
chat. I'll be back next week with stuff that I haven't decided on yet, but I'll update the schedule tomorrow and pick some things to do. For now, I'll see if there's anywhere to trundle you all off to. Where do you want to be trundled to? Oh, Freyline's doing Dinosaurs, the new
Ooh.
arc.
Oh,
nice.
right.
I
Wow.
really enjoyed the old arc. It's a game I have gone back to quite a good many times. Just to
You,
play
you
away.
gremlins that love your crafting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the new one that is it a remaster or a re?
I don't know.
Remake?
Like, but for a couple of years they've been advertising some kind of like Arc 2 with Vin Diesel or something,
Okay.
and then this
Okay.
came out, and it's like, like not even joking. It's like you had sort of Vin Diesel's video game face riding a dinosaur, and it's Arc 2. Like, wait, what?
Like, what?
I don't.
Okay.
And then
Maybe that's it
But this doesn't seem to be that, because it doesn't seem to be using his face, unless like just the
No.
contract expired or the license to
Maybe.
use his
Well,
face.
maybe
yeah.
all of these questions will be answered when we raid Freyline.
Let's go. Maybe
Nice.
maybe
Yeah.
maybe Vin Diesel is a guest. Who knows?
Maybe yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. We shall see.
Go over and say hi to Vin Diesel for us all. Thank you.
Great. Thanks everyone.
Love
I'll
you
see
in
you all
Pitch Black.
soon. Thanks guys. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Did I have a sign-off line last week? I don't remember.
No, I don't know.
No, I don't remember.
What's my
Good
sign-off
sign-off line.
line? This is my sign-off line. Pew pew.
Nice. Bye.
Go away.